Hi everybody, my name is Amy Denny and I am a Superstar consultant. I have been doing this since November of 2010, so I just got to do my 5-year walk, which was awesome. Yeah, it was really cool. Tracy asked me to do a presentation on product knowledge, and I didn't just want to stand up here and bore you guys to death with 1,000 facts, so I'd really like to get you guys involved. She is videotaping it, so if you don't want your voice heard, she's only videotaping me today, but if you don't want your voice heard, don't answer the question. But if you know the answer, just shout it out. It's just kind of a great way to get everybody interacting and learning about different things about the products, things that you may know or may not know. So it's Scentivia. That's the way I did it. So I'm just gonna pull some questions and ask them, and then that way we can all just kind of interact and go from there. So if you know the answer, just shout it out. So we'll just start up here. Okay. When will the diffuser shut off?
8 hours.
But when will it shut off automatically? When it runs out of water. When it runs out of water, it will automatically shut itself off. And that's important to tell people because you don't want them to think that it's going to be running if there's no water in it.
I thought it had 2 settings. Someone said you could set it for 4 hours or the
You can,
intermittent
but
is 8 hours.
if you don't add water to it, like let's say you run it for 4 and you filled it all the way up, and there's still a little bit of water left and you forget to fill it, it will automatically shut off when that water's completely gone. Yeah. Okay, here's the next question. How long will the diffusers run?
8 hours.
8 hours on low, 4 hours on high, or you can set it for 30-second on, 30-second off intermittent. So yeah, that's kind of but it will shut off automatically when that water's all gone. Okay, when a nightlight base yellows, do you call customer support?
No.
No. Do you know why?
Because they all do it.
It's normal. It's absolutely normal for silicone to yellow with heat. But however, everybody does need to have customer support phone number in their phone. So if you don't have it in your phone, get your phone out and I will tell you the number. Does anybody need the number? Seriously, that is like your lifeline. It's the most important number ever. It's 1-877-855-0617. That's our support number. And there's also this really cool new tool on the workstation. You can do live chat in between the hours that they're at the office. You can actually do a live chat right then and there, so you don't have to submit a support ticket. So that's also another cool feature.
Can you say that number one more time?
It's 1-877-855-0617.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. And I actually label it in my phone, Scenty support. So when I start typing in support, it pulls up. Okay, how many colors will the Scenty diffuser rotate through?
16.
There's 16 light options, there's 12 colors. So it's 12 colors, 16 light color changing options. There's 12 colors that it rotates through. There's a full white light, a half white light, a candle flicker white light, or you can keep it on one color, and then you can also run it while the light's off. If a customer wants to know if Scenty has a bar with jasmine and you don't know where is the quickest and most efficient way to find the answer? On
your website.
Yep, on your website, on your personal workstate, or on your personal website, your PWS, there is a search tool. And you can type in jasmine, or if somebody asks for honeysuckle, I know is a big one. Anything that they ask for, you can type in there, and it will literally pull up everything that we have with that in it, whether it's a bar, a room spray, a scent circle, a car bar, it will pull it up. So if I'm at an event and somebody asks me and I don't know off the top of my head, I tell them, if you can give me just 1 second, I'll look it up, and it literally is that quick. So it is a great tool to have. Okay, where are Scenty products made?
China.
The warmers are made in China. They're designed by Scenty, and they're made to the exact specifications by Scenty, and they're there's manufacturing in China, and that's where the warmers come from. But the wickless candle bars and the home fragrance products are made in Scenty's state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in
Idaho.
Meridian, Idaho. Okay. Which of these on-the-go products has or lasts the longest? A scent circle, a travel tin, a car bar, or a scent pack?
Scent pack.
Scent pack. Do you know how long it lasts? Approximately?
60 days.
90 days, approximately. It's approximately 3 months. And these are the approximates. So a scent pack will approximately last 90 days. A scent circle will approximately last 30 days. A car bar will last approximately 30 days, and a travel tin will last approximately 45 to 60 days. And I always say approximately because it always depends on the different scents and how people smell. Like I put my car bar in, and I couldn't smell it after about 2 weeks, but people were getting in my car and they could still smell it. Why? Because I'm in my car all the time. So that's why they could and I couldn't. Okay. How do you correct a mistake on a DIY warmer when coloring?
Alcohol swab or
If it has not been turned on.
Rubbing alcohol. And
Even when
if it
it's-
hasn't been turned on?
Yeah.
Okay, that
Is
would,
that-
so it hasn't?
It says it, doesn't it?
No, I had to look this one up because I wasn't sure, and it doesn't say that it has to not have been turned on. It says when coloring it, you can correct a mistake, so I would assume you haven't turned it on. No, because it says you can change it. It says you can change it out, so after you've used it.
He told us at somewhere, leadership, it doesn't matter when. But
Okay.
I personally haven't tried it.
I haven't tried it either.
But even after you used it, have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
Me either, but it's my understanding alcohol will take it off at any time.
Yeah, rubbing alcohol, yes.
I haven't tried this, but my friend said a dry erase will also take it off.
Oh, a dry eraser?
I'm thinking maybe one of those
A
magic
magic
eraser.
erasers. Yeah.
No, dry erase marker removes, permanent marker. You go over it and then you can wipe it all off.
Okay,
On some surfaces.
On some surfaces,
Some
yeah.
surfaces.
I don't know about in this case.
She had tried it, and
Okay.
that's what.
okay. It says in the FAQs of your workstation, it says permanent marker is easily removed with rubbing alcohol and a cotton ball on a large area or a Q-tip cotton swab on smaller areas. So I got that directly from Scentivia. Because some of the stuff, honestly, you guys, don't think that I knew all of this. I did have to look it up. Some of it. Some of it I knew, some of it I had to look up, some of it I had to double check. So I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys all the right information. So I definitely made sure about this. Okay. Do you know what kind of oils are used in our bars? There's synthetic oils and there's naturally derived fragrance oils, and they're used to achieve the highest quality and long-lasting bar. And this is why they use some use synthetic oils. It's because some of the natural oils are limited or endangered, or it isn't possible to derive the natural oils from nature. And the example that they gave was lily of the valley, and it said that it can't be extracted through a typical extraction method, so they aren't able to get it, so they have to use synthetic oil for that. Or they use synthetic because the cost is too high to use natural oils, and it would increase the cost to the customer. So they won't do that if it's gonna increase the cost of the product. And I have had people ask me what kind of oils are used, so that's something that I looked up to make sure the information was correct, but I did know synthetic and natural. Where can you find product FAQ and information? Resources tab on your workstation, and you can also type it up in the search bar on your workstation. So if you click on resources and then you're typing it into the little search bar in there and you're not coming up with it, go back to the home page of your workstation, and there's a search bar up at the top, and it'll pull it up there because they have moved some stuff over to the news tab. So you can always use that as a larger range of search information. Approximately how many sprays are in one room spray bottle?
625.
600. So yeah, you're close. Yeah, approximately 600 sprays in the room sprays. And that's always good to know because people are like, are you sure there's that many in that small bottle?
Yeah.
I'm positive. I've actually not even gotten through one bottle, and like I said, I've been doing it for 6 years, almost. Is counter clean safe to use on all sealed surfaces?
Yes.
Yes, it is. This includes granite, treated wood, and bathroom fixtures. It forms a clear barrier on the sealed surfaces that repels dirt with regular use. And I absolutely love it, and if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend trying it. I use it everywhere. Okay. What kind of wax does Scentsy use for the bars? A high quality paraffin wax. Do you know why they use paraffin wax?
It melts at a lower temperature.
It does, it melts, it's the melting point is one, there's 3 reasons.
Food grade?
It's a food grade wax, it's the firmness, and it's the scent loading ability of the, excuse my voice, I have a sinus infection. It's the scent loading ability, so they can get actually more scent into that high quality wax. Okay, approximately how many drops of oil are in each of our 15 milliliter bottles?
Is it 200?
250. Yep, close. Yep, there's approximately 250 drops. So when people are asking you how long is this bottle gonna last me, I always tell them that Scenty says to start with 5 drops of oil. So if you're using 5 drops, you're gonna get 50 uses out of the bottle, but then you can adjust it as needed. So if you're gonna use more drops, you get less than 50 uses. You use less drops, you get more than 50 uses, but it's an approximation. So, but there's about 250 drops in each of those 15 milliliter bottles. How long, this is important, everybody should know this, how long does Scentsy have to ship orders?
10 days,
10
business
days.
days.
10 business days. This includes holidays, or excludes holidays, and you need to make sure you're setting expectations for your customers, especially when it comes to the holidays. They will always ship out within 10 business days. They will not hold up your order if there's a back order, but make sure you're setting reasonable expectations for your customers. If they say, well, I have a birthday party next week and is it gonna be here? There is no guarantee that it's gonna be here. Scentsy does a great job. Scentsy shipping is awesome and amazing, and they do a fantastic job of getting it to us. But there are times that, let's say, the Luna Scent Circle is back ordered and it's on your order, and they are expecting it in before your 10-day window is up. They will hold your order to put that back ordered stuff in it as long as it's within that 10-day window, so that they're not paying out extra in shipping, which just makes good business sense. So make sure you are setting reasonable expectations for your customers on when their products will arrive. If it comes in sooner, happy customers, but if you give them an unreasonable expectation, you're gonna have really upset customers on your hands, and you don't want that. Okay, how long does Scentsy stock the lids for our warmers once the warmers are discontinued?
Is it 8 months?
While supplies last?
While supplies last, or, Tracy, how long is it?
18 months.
18 months, that's right. I think a lot of people think it's 12, and that's what I thought at first too, was 1 year, but it is 18 months or while supplies last.
That was a good one, cause I couldn't remember that.
It's 18 months. And I really did, when I first started, I thought it was 12 months. And then, I don't know where I heard it, but I learned that it was 18 or while supplies last. So if somebody comes to you and they have a warmer, they're like, oh, I bought it last year, but I broke the lid, could still be available. I actually had an event in June, and somebody said they broke their lid for their black chevron. And they're like, I know it's not, it's not available. And I said, let me check and see if the lid's still available. And it was still available. So there is always a chance that it's there. Okay, what are the 3 types of oil available in the catalog? Essential oils,
Blended,
essential oil blends,
and natural.
and 100% natural. Here's the difference. The 100% natural oils, they're a blend of 2 or more natural and essential oils. The essential oils are just a single essential oil, like a peppermint or a lavender. And then the essential oil blends are a blend of 2 or more essential oils, not the natural. But all of the oils are 100% natural and naturally derived. There's no synthetic ingredients used in our oils. So that's always good to know.
Can you repeat that again?
Uh-huh. The
I'm
whole thing?
sorry.
No, you're fine.
Or she can maybe take a picture of it if you.
Yeah, I can, but I can repeat again. There's 100% natural oils, and that's a blend of 2 or more natural and essential oils. Then there's the essential oils. They're just a single essential oil, so like a peppermint or a lavender. And then there's the essential oil blends, which is a blend of 2 or more of the essential oils. And then all of the oils are 100% natural and naturally derived. There's no synthetic ingredients used in the oils. Okay? Okay, here's one I didn't know. Are the magnets for the kids' diffusers covered under warranty if they break or are defective? The answer is yes, they are. I did not know that. Now, it does say on the diffusers that sometimes the color will fade just a tiny bit from the removal of the magnets. That's kind of normal wear and tear, especially if you're moving the magnets around a lot. It will fade just slightly, but the magnets are covered. They're plastic, but they are covered under manufacturer's warranty if they break or are defective. I did not know that. And you just send in a support ticket or start a chat with in your workstation. Okay, will current products in the catalog sell out during the catalog season?
No.
No, absolutely not. They can go on back order, but they will not sell out. So like the Road Less Traveled, for example, it was a warmer of the month. So yes, it did sell out within, I think the first day, I think it sold out, and then you had a couple of days to order it. But now it's going to be in the catalog starting September 1st. It will not sell out. Could go on back order, but it will not sell out. The only thing that are different, and these are not on the catalog, not in the catalog, are the buddies, because they're limited edition, and warmers of the month are always, excuse me, are always limited edition and can sell out. It's always a good idea to have a second choice, especially if you're doing basket parties. You might want to tell them, you know, like Stella was a big one. I always tell people when they're having basket parties, Stella's been around for a month now. I know she's probably getting really limited. Can you give me make sure you get a second choice for me? So it's always a good idea to have a second choice on buddies or warmer of the month if they can't, you know, if it sells out. Can you use paint on the DIY warmers? The answer is no, you can't. Number one, it will void the warranty on them. Number two, which I did not know or think of, that the paint could insulate the warmer and it could create additional heat, which may lead to damage. And that would, in addition, void the warranty. So you're only to use high quality permanent markers on your DIY warmers. Okay, what factors, and there are several, but what factors can affect smell or a scent throw in a room?
Fans,
Fans are one for sure.
Ceiling height,
Ceiling height,
size of the room,
Size of the room.
windows being open.
Open windows, absolutely. Vent, like where your vents are, can affect it. And then there's also certain notes are stronger based on sense of smell. So there's what they have top note, they're called top notes and base notes. Top notes are like your citrus, which is perceived to be a stronger smell, and so you're gonna smell it first, and it's a dominant note. And then a base note would be something like musk is a base note. And really what those base notes are, they're used to create harmony. And so you're not gonna smell them right off the bat. So that could also affect how you're smelling things, is if you're looking for musk and it's in the base note, you're not gonna smell it right off the bat. You're gonna smell the more citrus or the top notes, the stronger smells. Okay, how are Scentsy Fresh, which I absolutely love by the way, and the room sprays different? What's different about them?
you can spray Scentsy Fresh directly on the fabric.
Yes.
Yep. And carpets, right? Scentsy Fresh is actually designed to be an odor eliminator. It contains an ingredient, and I would try to read it to you, but my chemistry has done left after 20 years of being out of high school, so I can't really pronounce it, but I can always put it up there. It's an ingredient that absorbs and traps the odors, so it's actually designed to do that, and that's how it eliminates the odors. The room spray is specifically designed to put fragrance into the air. And the Scentsy Fresh will last about 5 hours. How should you store your bars? Flat. Bars should be stored flat to prevent the oils from leaking down.
And not in the freezer.
Not in the freezer?
No.
I've never put mine in the freezer, but
You don't want to put
They
it in the
actually
freezer
say
because,
not to do that.
yeah. that's
because
what
to
I
keep them
thought.
at room temperature.
Yeah.
Actually, in the fragrance department, we talked to him about that at Summit actually, and he said it can damage the fragrance. I don't know where
Really?
that ever got started, but they never recommend, he said it's not good at all to put them in the freezer.
When it's melting off the condensation of the, I guess the freeze.
I can't remember the specific reason, but something, it could either break down the oil or something, but it's never advised to put them in the freezer.
I guess I've never thought of doing that. I always just store mine
People
at room
have.
temperature. See, I've never, that's good to know. That is a good tip to know.
I've heard of people doing it in the summer, like if their AC breaks or something and they have no other choice.
Yeah.
Cause it's been deathly hot.
Yeah, and they will melt at, yeah, they will definitely melt.
What if you have a for short amount of time and like your thermos?
I don't think that.
No, I don't think that. Yeah, if they're in like the,
Hard to freeze.
right. Well, because I mean, they send them with ice packs, so that's obviously, yeah, that's obviously okay. I think they're talking about like
Freezer.
literally
in the
setting them in the
freezer,
freezer and letting them freeze. Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is kind of important too, and I always know this for my home parties. What pages are the fragrance grid and the combine and save options located on in our current catalog? 60 and 61 is the combine and save. 58 and 59 is your fragrance grid. And I always know before I go to a party, I always know those are the two pages I know right off the top of my head. You can always look through the catalog for other things. You can use a pull-out, which I really do like that part of the catalog for things. But I always know where my fragrance grid is because if somebody asks me, oh, is that available in a scent pack? I'm like, you know what? I don't know off the top of my head, but let's look at page 58 and 59. It'll tell you right there. Or if they're ordering 2 warmers, I'll tell them, you know what, if you go to page 60, 61 in your catalog, there's combine and save options. You might actually want to look at that and add another bar. And you're actually saving money by doing it that way. So it's also upselling too for you. So it's always a good idea to know what pages in your catalog those are on. Okay, can you become immune to a scent?
Yes.
Yes, you can. And it's called anosmia. There was a really good article on this, and I do not remember who wrote it. It was on a blog. I don't remember who wrote it, but it was a really good article. Basically, they said if you warm a scent too frequently, like cinnamon is one that's really strong, and people are always like, oh, I love cinnamon, I can warm it all year long. If you warm that all the time, your nose will start to filter out the smell of cinnamon. And you won't smell it, but other people that come into your home will smell it. So they always say it's a good idea to rotate through about 3 different scents to keep your nose from filtering out the scents that you become used to. It's kind of like, I know you can become immune to different medications if you continually take them. So it's kind of like that. Your nose will become immune to different scents if you continually warm them. Okay, is Scenty Fresh safe to use on all fabrics? No, it's not. Do you know which ones it's not okay to use on?
I'm gonna take a wild guess, silk.
Silk is one of them. Leather's another one.
What about suede?
Suede's another one. And then they also said any fabric that requires dry cleaning is you shouldn't use the Scenty Fresh on. But it's definitely leather, suede, and silk. But it is safe to use on pet beds.
I think silk would be a given.
Well, you would think, but some people don't think that way. Can you use other oils in the Scenty diffuser?
Yes.
Yes, you can. It doesn't void the warranty or harm the diffuser. However, Scenty oil, they have specially formulated it for optimal fragrance experience. So you always want to recommend Scenty oils, but definitely don't say, well, if you're not going to use Scenty oils, I'm not selling you the diffuser. Sell them the diffuser. I've sold them to Young Living consultants and doTERRA, so.
I have a question about
Uh-huh.
diffusers. Is that does it warm the oil?
It's a cool mist diffuser.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nebulizer, and so it's all cool mist. There's no heating element whatsoever. What it does is there's plates in the bottom that vibrate together, and they vibrate so fast that they make it bubble and actually push that mist up and out and release it into the air. So there's no heating element whatsoever in our diffusers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I learned that from Tracy, just so you know. I've watched her at many events, and I listened to her do her diffuser spiel, and I've got it all memorized up here now. Okay, what comes in the warmer of the month?
10 bars.
10 bars.
Brew spray.
Brew
Mini
spray.
test.
Scratch and sniff.
Scratch and stiff,
50 brochures.
50 flyers, party tester, mini tester, and the 10 bars and the warmer. That's exactly right. And it is a fantastic deal. And the nice thing about it is, you know, I don't know if all of you know this, but you can opt out. If there's something that you don't want, you can go in and change that back and forth. I keep mine going all the time, but if for some month you're short on money, which we all have been before, go in and opt out of that, and then you can go back in and opt in it. Or let's say you don't get paid to the 15th of the month, which I think it comes out like in the middle of the night at like 2 in the morning, and your check doesn't go in or you don't have direct deposit, you can go in, unsubscribe, and then go in later on the 15th and resubscribe, or resubscribe up to the 28th of the month and still get that. Or you can downgrade if you just don't really care for the warmer, don't think it's for your clientele, which there's been many warmers that I've subscribed to. I will tell you right now, the Owl was one of them that I thought, oh my gosh, that is the god-awful thing. I'm not gonna sell that, and I got it. I still sell those Owls at every event I have. I mean, they're still going strong, so you never know. Just because it's not your taste doesn't mean that it's not gonna sell. So it's a really good deal, but it is nice to know that you can unsubscribe, resubscribe, downgrade to Scent of the Month, and you can do that every month. There's no limit on how many times a year you can do that. Are Scentsy laundry products safe to use in high efficiency washers and dryers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they are. They're safe to use in all types of washers and dryers, including high efficiency standard front and top loading machines. And that's a question I get asked all the time about the washer lifts. Okay, here's a good one. Name 3 items that don't fit inside the wooden storage box featured in the catalog.
Diffuser.
Diffuser's one. A full-size warmer.
I'd say the laundry
A
product.
buddy?
A full-size buddy. Doesn't fit in there. Everything else will fit in there. Because they have sliders in them that you can actually take out the sliders to make a bigger compartment. You can take them and rearrange them. So there's literally countless number of combinations that you can make to store things. So they're great for like bulbs, bars, scent circles, travel tins, car bars, buddy clips. The oils fit great in there. And the night lights even fit in there. So it's a great box to have. And you can fit 45 bars in one of them. If you're just doing bars, you can fit 45 of them in there. Down to the last 2. Are Scentsy laundry products safe to use on sensitive skin?
Yes.
The answer that I had to look this up because I've heard people say that they have sensitive skin and they use the laundry products. Only the fragrance-free laundry liquid has been clinically tested for allergies and irritation. What they tell you to do is people with known allergies to a specific fragrance ingredient should test on a small patch of their skin before using. So they take like a little cotton swab, put it on their leg, and see how their allergies go from there. I did not know that because I thought they all were, but it's just the fragrance-free has been tested. Okay, last one. Are Scentsy skin and groom products tested on animals?
No.
They are not, but the individual ingredients that they're made up from could have been tested on animals at some point. But our product, the final product, is not tested on animals. Okay, does anybody have any questions or have any questions about different products that I may not have covered? Yes, Miss Diane in the back.
I thought your class was phenomenal.
Oh, well, thank
because
you.
I forgot a lot of that stuff.
Oh, thank you.